Hello, what's going on?
Oh, hello everyone. Justin. Hello.
Hello, Nick. How are ya?
I'm fantastic. How's everybody doing in the chat? We've already
How's
got
everybody doing?
32 of you beautiful people in here. How we doing? How's everybody doing on this
Good.
Tuesday, 6 o'clock? Justin and I are here. We didn't dilly dally this week, Justin. We're here, right day,
We're
right
here
time.
on Tuesday. First of all, Jason, Nathan, Erica, and John, thank you for the birthday wishes. Friday's my birthday,
Yeah,
34 years old.
I'm not telling you yet because it's not your birthday yet, so you have to wait.
Well, you don't have to yet, but they wanted to, and I appreciate it. So
Yeah, but you have to wait for mine. So
well, I
you're just gonna have to
appreciate
deal
it.
with it, Justin.
I'm done. I'm good with it, man. I'm not 34 until Friday.
You hear that, guys? Justin's gonna be 44 on Friday.
44
I'm
years
kidding.
old. My youth is great.
Well, I mean, you'd look good for 44 if you were 44. So yeah.
Thank you. So,
But everyone,
hello,
we've got
everybody.
1 week to go. Justin, 1 week.
1 week. Halloween ends.
How we feeling, Justin? How we feeling a week away?
I'm getting excited. I'm not gonna hype myself, but I am getting
you are.
excited for this. And I'm always happy for a Halloween movie, though. So
Yeah, but okay.
Thank you, Christina.
Remember back to Kills in 2018. Would you say you're as hype, less hype, more hype? Where are we sitting at right now, Justin?
I'm gonna say less hype. I don't know.
Okay.
How about
less
you?
Hype.
Well, no, I would honestly. Let's see. Let me think about this.
No. Don't worry, Justin, because you don't have to worry. You're not alone. I would say the same. I think
I'm
as a
kinda
Halloween fan, it had been 9 years after H2, so we were over the moon for 2018, and then 2018 had such promise that we were like, "Oh, Kills is going to make things better," so we were over the moon about that one as well. Yeah. I mean, I'd say I'm about the same. Honestly, I am hype, absolutely. To say that I am over the moon or anything like that, I don't know. Maybe in a few days. Maybe in a few days I'll get there.
Like you said too, it's like I'm glad we have these movies. I'm glad we're getting Halloween films out there, but it was so special, I think, in 2018 when we got that movie because there was a 9-year, 10-year, or 9-year gap since the last Halloween movie. So we were just excited for that we were finally having another Halloween movie. So I think if this movie, we talked about it last week. I think if this movie would have came out maybe next year, having that 2-year gap between Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, maybe we'd be a little bit more excited. So
yeah. Well, first of all, I got to give a shout out for this $9.99 super chat from I Was Like Emilio. I haven't heard any guesses for Halloween Ends opening credits, the pumpkin. My guess is it will look similar to 78, but towards the end, the flame loses strength and eventually dies out. How about yours? First of all, thank you very much for that super chat, my friend. Greatly appreciate that. Secondly, yeah, Justin, what do you think? I mean, what are you thinking? I think that we are going to see something similar to 78. I really do think that it's going to try to harken back to that, kind of like 18 did. And maybe it's just the classic style, no flaming pumpkin, no deflating pumpkin, nothing like that, or resurrecting pumpkin. I think it's just going to be something classic. What do you think?
I think something classic. And I also, he has a great idea where it's like maybe at the end of the beginning credits, you see the flame kind of go out. So indicating that this is the end of this storyline, this trilogy, this saga that they're calling it in the trailer. So
Jaden says, my guess is a pumpkin in the shape of Busta Rhymes, and it gets karate kicked in Step Brothers style. That's right.
There we go. There we go. I like this one. I want a skull pumpkin. Isaiah, yes.
Little H2 in there. Yeah.
That's probably the original is such a classic opening, but I always love in Halloween too when the pumpkin opens and you see the skull in there. So
yeah, it was a really unique way to open that movie for sure.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, I'll be seeing it Thursday night as well. I've got my tickets for IMAX.
I'll be seeing it Saturday because I have to work Friday till 6:30 or something like that. So it's going to be a little bit too late for me, and don't want to have to try to rush to the theater. So I will be seeing it Saturday for sure, though.
Well, you could always watch it at Peacock at home and then see it Saturday in theaters.
I mean, that's true. I could do that, but I don't know. I think I want that excitement. I might just want to I want to wait. So we'll see. We will see. For our lives to be over.
Justin, you're not as excitable as you've been recently. What you tired? What's going on?
Just tired today. So, but I'm
wake
excited
up.
then. I am. I'm awake. I'm waking up. So,
well,
I'm waking up.
To everybody watching, before we get into talking about it, I'm going to let you guys know that I just, for the first time ever, literally, credits were rolling as I was setting up.
What'd you watch?
Watched Terrifier.
Ooh. So
I had a really good time with it. I did.
Good movie. I like it.
For a $35,000 budget, I thought those effects were top notch. I think Art the Clown's great.
Yes,
that's pretty much all you need. There's a nice like fall atmosphere as well. But aside from that, I didn't come for performances. I didn't come for an intricate plot, and I had a fun time for what it is. I did this because Christian's like, hey, we have to cover Terrifier 2 on the podcast this weekend. So I bought tickets to Terrifier 2 on Thursday. I'll be seeing that in theaters Thursday night. And so I had to watch this one first. And now I'm caught up.
I'm like one that I like. Well, I'll say this. I love the first Terrifier movie. Maybe the last 30 minutes I felt like dragged a little bit. They could have cut some of it down. But when it comes to the second movie, I don't know. Like the trailers look good, but sometimes, I mean, they've said this about Halloween movies, but I'm going to say this about Terrifier. Sometimes one movie is like the best and we don't need any more, but
yeah, well, that's funny that you mentioned that because first Oracle says that they're on their 15-minute break, got a movie ticket to see Scream in the theater this Saturday on the big screen. Hell
nice. I'm seeing Scream 2 on the big screen on Sunday. So
nice. Alexis, I'm going to see Barbarian tomorrow. I worked out the details when I got home from work. So shut your face. I'm going to go see it. You can't give me shit anymore. And then Jaden, this is a great segue, Justin, because I want to know your thoughts. I know you weren't a huge fan of Hocus Pocus 2, but can we agree that the Sanderson sisters were played to perfection once again? Yes, I can agree to that. As I said, when I think mainly Bette Midler was great. I don't think they gave I especially didn't think they gave Sarah Jessica Parker enough to do. I really, really don't. I felt like she took a back seat, which was unfortunate because she's so funny in the first one. Kathy Najimy, she had enough screen time, but it was more about Bette Midler, which she's, most people's favorite. I get it.
That's her.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, aside from the Sanderson sisters and, Billy Butcherson and the atmosphere and the aesthetic, I just didn't think there was much else really there for me. I liked the ending though. I thought the ending was kind of touching and I like that. That was cool. And I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun for the family. I mean, and that's what really matters at the end of the day. So, I'm not judge, jury, and executioner, but Justin, what did you think? You watched it last night, right?
Well, I'll tell you this, my freaking Disney Plus decided to go down on me. Not that.
Ooh, spicy.
Not that spice. Sorry. It's decided to go kaput.
Disney Plus went down on me.
I know. Decided to go kaput on me like an hour into the movie, and I was like, really? So I'm going to finish it tonight, but I got an hour into it, and I have to agree so far. It's like, I love the Sanderson sisters are back. That's just for me like the best thing about the movie. I like that we have Billy back. The fact that they brought Doug Jones back to the role and they just didn't like go and get another actor is great. That just shows the creators of this really cared about the original movie. But as I was watching it, I was like, it's a good movie, but I don't love it.
No, it just doesn't feel the same, does it? It just doesn't.
No,
It seems like
but
they waited a little bit too long for a sequel. That's
and
what
I was
I
going to
think.
say that I think they waited a little bit too long, and we're also kind of in a different generation, so the feel, the atmosphere's a lot similar to Disney movies and television shows we're getting today, where I watched the first movie before starting the second movie, and I still love that.
Yeah. Oh,
first
yeah. No,
movie.
that one
First
is
movie is
time. That
so
one is
good.
timeless. That one is timeless. And by
I
the way,
mean,
a lot of people are saying this in the chat. Justin and I agree. This movie's for the kids. So at the end of the
yes,
day, the kids are gonna love this movie. Kids will eat this movie up.
it's like
And it's it's fun. It's fun. But comparing it to the first one, it's just like the first one is, although like technically speaking, it's not a great movie. It's
I
very
love
cheesy.
it.
But I do too. It's very nostalgic. It's very sentimental. So like I take it for what it is. But this sequel just seems like you should have made it more for the people like us that grew up in the 90s with that movie, but it seems like they're gearing it more towards kids nowadays.
Yeah.
And I get that impulse, but at the same time I don't, because it's like, well, these people, Bette Midler's in her mid 70s, if you're trying to restart this thing, how much longer could you really go? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
My thing too is I really like looking back on Hocus Pocus in '93, and then kids movies back then, and even like in the mid to late '80s, early '90s, kids movies I feel like were so like they were a lot more dark as far as tone goes, and they were different. Where it's kind of shifted now. Like even in the late '90s and early 2000s, if you go back and watch some of those Disney Channel original movies back then, they were pretty dark for their time. So I feel like this movie was shifting more, like you said, to the young generation today. So it was very, from what I've seen, very like kid friendly in most areas. Does that make sense? Like
yes, no, it does.
It's
And I'm surprised that Justin and I agree on this one. We both are pretty much saying the same thing. Yeah, kids will have fun. It's nice to see the sisters back, but it's just whatever. It's not as good as it could have been. But
I mean, do I have sorry.
I was just going to say, I don't want to lose Apollo's comment. Apollo asked where I see the Rotten Tomatoes score for Halloween Ends landing, knowing what we know. And I'm going to go ahead right now, and I'm going to pull this up because I want to get an accurate, let's see, Halloween 2018. Let's pull her up. Halloween 2018. Okay. Oh my God.
I'm going to say
misspelling. This. Okay, so Justin, Halloween 2018 has a 79% certified fresh by critics on Rotten Tomatoes. I am going to go ahead and say, I think Halloween Ends, when it's all said and done, critic-wise, is going to land between 65 and 70. I really do think it will. What about you, Justin?
I'm going to say right now, well, it's somewhere between 65 and 70. I'm going to go 68. I don't know why, but I just feel like this movie is going to be like 68. It's not going to be
69.
Not going to be above Halloween 2018, because I still feel like Halloween Kills is way better, but I think the critics really bashed it because it wasn't the 2018 where Kills was a bloodbath, and critics a lot of the times are very much downing all that stuff. So I think this one, from what we've heard, like it's going to go back to that style and feel of 2018. So it's going to get a better rating. It's going to get like a 68%.
I should say that viewer Anon, the guy that I've talked to on and off about this movie for months, he saw a test screening of it a month or so ago, and I told you guys, he said he hated it. He saw the final cut of the movie last night and put out a tweet and said, I saw the final cut of Halloween Ends tonight, and I actually kind of liked it. And then I messaged him, and I said, how different was it? And he said, they cut out a lot of stuff that was tonally all over the place from the test screening he saw. He said there was less jokes, there was a more serious tone, and he
Good, I like that.
Yes, and that is telling me, I think it's, I don't know, Justin. I think this movie's gonna be good. I know you guys have heard me.
I think it's.
You guys have heard me be like, "Oh, I don't know." I think it's gonna be good. I do.
I think it's gonna be good too. Like I think we're gonna come out of this movie happy with it, and I think at this point too, like with movies, I just like if it's keeps me entertained, if it makes me happy in some ways, even though horror movies, I don't know how they make a person happy, but they make us happy. If it makes me happy, that's all that matters. So if I walk out with a smile on my face or walk out entertained, I'm happy with it. So
yeah, no, I completely agree, and I'm like I said, I'm starting to believe that this movie actually might be pretty good. Which is
hello, Jamie. What's up?
Hey, Jamie. What's up? Which is good. I got a question. We got a question from Mike in the live chat that says, "What do we think about a lesbian Velma?" I kind of always felt like she was more like boyish, so I feel like that makes sense. You know, doesn't bother me at all. I think that's totally fine.
Velma from Scooby-Doo?
Yeah. I guess for that adult, I think it's for the adult HBO Max series or whatever that's going to be called Velma. Yeah.
Is there really? They're coming out with that's not okay. So I just have to say one thing. So I'm happy. This is true that they're representing LGBTQ characters in movies and TV shows. We need more of that. But it's so funny that they're making this TV show, but they completely scrapped that Scooby-Doo movie that was supposed to come out. You know what I mean? Like they had a Scooby-Doo movie like already made. They're like, it's not going to
Warner Brothers. Again, another example of how they have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Right, exactly. And that's bad for coming from me because I was one that always had huge faith in their DCEU. When people were bashing them, I was like, no, they know what they're doing. And Zack Snyder's Justice League was amazing. They're not going anywhere with that anymore, and they just don't know what they're doing over there anymore. It's sad. So,
well, I mean, personally for me, I was never a fan of the Snyderverse. I think a lot of people that like the Snyderverse like the casting more. I think people love Henry Cavill. I think people love, Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot, and everything like that. And rightfully so. I think they're all really good actors. And but yeah, Warner Brothers at this point, they're mishandling A Nightmare on Elm Street. They're the Conjuring series. The only thing they're moving forward with as of right now is a sequel to The Nun, which was like the worst reviewed Conjuring universe movie.
Really enough, it's not the worst one for me though.
No, I wouldn't say it's the worst. I would say The Curse of La Llorona probably is.
Yeah. Or that one or Annabelle. Like it goes between the.
Oh God! Oh my God! The first Annabelle. You're right.
It's always between those. Like I might say Annabelle's slightly better because I think I can watch Annabelle more than Curse of La Llorona. Like,
I can't simply because I would take La Llorona over that simply for, speaking of Velma, Linda Cardellini. I love Linda Cardellini as an actress.
I like her too. I mean,
yeah. But I say that because in Annabelle there is no character or actor that's even as compelling as she is in La Llorona. So
I agree with that. That's always
and I would say La Llorona is a better villain than what they do with Annabelle in that movie. It's stupid.
Okay, I think I'll agree with there. So like if we had to like outweigh the pros and cons, it's like, yeah, La Llorona has more pros. I think La Llorona, I'll say this, like there's a point in the movie, maybe the first two acts, I'm like, okay, I like this. And then you get to that third act where I just feel like it drags and drags and drags. I'm like, just end already. All the decisions that are happening in this movie. I'm like, what is going on? But
Jaden, you're missing out, Jaden. And I gotta say, Mike, I actually thought The Conjuring 3 was very good. It just wasn't scary.
I love The Conjuring 3.
It's a good movie, but my issue with The Conjuring 3 was I thought the first two in their own way at certain times were scary. I didn't think the third one was scary at all. But Jaden, I think you are missing out because there is some gold in there. Annabelle Creation's a
There's
really freaky movie.
Annabelle Comes Home is like a fun Halloween movie.
Yeah, that's like a haunted house type movie. The first two Conjuring movies, I think the second one is the best movie. But the first one's scarier.
That's the scariest one for me is the first Conjuring. Like I could still watch it today and it still scares me like almost 10 years later. So I can't believe that movie's gonna be 10 years old next year, Nick. That's crazy to think that. So
yeah, that's you're taking me back in a time capsule to I was dating my ex. What was that? Senior year of high school. Yeah, senior year of high school. Or no, I had just graduated. Yeah, I had graduated the previous summer. And I was dating a girl, and her best friend was dating my best friend. So the four of us went and saw that movie. And that's like one of the only movies in my life that, hey, Rudy, what's up?
hey, Rudy, what's going on? What's up, everybody?
It was one of the first movies in my life that I was like in the theater, kind of like, oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, no. Like I was actually scared.
I'm more excited for Insidious 5 over The Nun 2. Like, I know
yeah. Insidious 5's going to kick ass. Saying, Patrick Wilson back.
When you got these two, I think I'm just, besides being excited over The Nun 2, we haven't had an Insidious movie in a while. And we're getting Patrick Wilson back and a lot of the faces, that family's coming back from the first two movies. So I'm very excited to see what they do with it. So
yeah, Insidious versus The Conjuring, Matt, I've got to go The Conjuring franchise as a whole.
That's always such a tough one.
Although I will say I don't think there's a bad Insidious movie. I think all four are solid movies. Even Chapter 2, which gets so much hate, I think they're all four solid movies.
I'm gonna go Conjuring. But you know what? I think in the first Insidious movie, that still scares me. Like that one freaks me out. That is a
Star Court Food Court asks favorite Insidious, the first one.
The first one. That's my favorite Blumhouse movie. When we did Ken from Sledgehammer Horror, when we did our ranking of the Blumhouse movies, that is still my favorite one still today. Yes,
a lot of people are talking about
Wilson's directing it.
Yes, he is. A lot of people are talking about Smile. I haven't seen it yet. I'll be honest with you guys. I did not feel compelled by the marketing at all. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's good. But the marketing, like watching the trailers, I was just like, I feel like I've seen a lot of this in different movies. Like,
I don't. It
just didn't seem to stand out too much to me. I know a lot of people like it, so maybe it was just a failure in the marketing. Maybe it is a lot better than the trailers would make it seem to be. But for me, watching those trailers and whatnot, I was just kind of like, okay.
And I don't know where it stands on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's getting a lot of positive reviews. And I look at the trailers and I'm like, I mean, this looks like horror movies that we get daily, and the horror movies that get daily get a lot of crap. I'm like, why is this movie getting the praise where some other films are not? Like, I don't know. So I'm looking for. I mean, I'm going to see it. I'm not going to rush to see this one though.
No, this is not one that I'm going to be catching in the theater, guys. I'll be honest with you, and that's just because. I mean, look at the shit we've got coming up. I mean, I did Jeepers Creepers Reborn, and that's just because I really enjoy that franchise. Even though I knew this one was getting bad reviews, I had to go see it. Doing Terrifier 2 this week, Halloween Ends the following week, seeing Barbarian tomorrow. Like, it's just there's a lot. I'm not gonna fork over another $20 to go see a movie that the marketing just didn't grab me. You know what I mean? If it's good, it's good, great. But I don't know.
I'm just kind of depressed too. I got to tell you. I mean, I'm so happy horror movies are doing well, but Bros, man, that movie Bros came out and it bombed. It just breaks my heart and the reason why it breaks.
Well, that was the marketing, man. It really, really was. They didn't plaster that movie. The only person that seemed like it was marketing it was Billy Eichner. Like. Yeah. No, you didn't see it everywhere. You didn't see the commercials on TV and stuff. And it's like, if Billy Eichner wants to be mad at Universal, dude. They did you dirty. They didn't market your movie the way they should have. Like, it got great reviews. It got like a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm just sad that it bombed because I'm like, I don't want to see a pushback for LGBTQ films. There's like,
I hear you, Justin, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. I promise you. I really, really don't. I know Billy Eichner was upset the other day on Twitter and said, some things that he shouldn't have said because he was wrong. I don't think it has anything to do with that. A lot of people in the replies were saying the same thing. Dude, we didn't even know it was coming out. Like we didn't even none of us knew.
Well,
like it's just wasn't marketed well.
I mean, a friend of mine were talking last night, and we were like, this movie should have came to theaters during Pride Month. Like, I don't understand.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why it came out a week before the weekend before October 1st. Like, why are you releasing your movie?
Look at what's coming out in theaters over the last few weeks and the next few weeks, Justin. Terrifier, Halloween, Jeepers Creepers, Barbarian, Smile. This is horror time. You don't drop a gay rom-com in horror time.
That's why, yeah, I know. Why are you really... Bros would have been perfect during Pride Month. And they were doing early screenings during Pride Month of this movie. Like, this movie was getting buzz in... June. It's like, release that. I got mad when they released Terminator Dark Fate the day after Halloween. I'm like, why are you releasing a summer blockbuster in November? Like, I just don't get it. Does that make sense? Like, I just feel like studios just don't know what they're doing sometimes.
It's funny. Alexis is going to hate me for saying this if she's still listening, but I almost thought about going to see Bros tomorrow instead of Barbarian. And the only reason I didn't is because my brother was like, hey, do you want to see Barbarian tomorrow? And I was like, all right, we'll see Barbarian. So thought I'd throw that little nugget in there just to be like, I still will see Bros though.
I've heard it's really funny. Like I'm seeing it. We're seeing Scream 2 Sunday. And then after that, me and a friend are going to go see Bros. So it's going to be a good Sunday. So.
Yeah, Alexis. Oh, she's mad. She's mad. Don't worry. I'm seeing it tomorrow. But yes, Hellraiser 1 and Hellraiser 2 do hold up. I don't care what anybody says. Those movies are absolutely phenomenal. And somebody was making a comparison, Justin. I shared it on Twitter yesterday. It was like someone was like Hellraiser or Hereditary, and like I quote.
Oh no!
I was like, come on, this is getting too far. Like Hellraiser, just for the iconography and Pinhead and the subject material. Like Hereditary for me is definitely a modern horror classic, but Hellraiser is it's in a different universe. And I woke up today and I saw something that made me mad, and it was somebody quote tweeted my tweet or something and was like, Hellraiser's just like a torture porn 80s cheesy horror movie or whatever. And I was like, I didn't even reply to it because I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
are you
kidding me? No,
like
God, no.
I will defend that movie. Like, that movie is not that. Like,
Hellraiser is incredibly deep. Like, incredibly deep.
It's deep. The story's great. Like, you can't call that torture porn because, for one, there's a horror movie there, but the main theme of that movie is this twisted love story that's in the film, and everything else is centered around that.
Justin, the Cenobites get 6 minutes of screen time.
Exactly. Okay? So it's
and the only scene of real torture is when Frank gets ripped apart at the end.
Exactly.
I'm just confused as to how anybody could say that. And like, no disrespect to whoever it was. I'm sure they watched the channel. If you're watching now, I'm not mad. I'm just like, I just completely disagree with that statement. I could not disagree with that statement more.
And the thing about it is, and maybe this is somebody who just watched it recently and they're throwing that out there because we've talked about it before. There's
kids these days, Justin.
Kids these days, I tell you what, I did not raise them right. Let me just tell you. But there are people that say Halloween's boring. The original, I'm like,
oh, I know. It makes me want to punch someone.
I'm like, it's not boring. Like, I don't. No. I mean, but Hellraiser is not torture porn. Hellraiser is a fantastic movie, character-driven film, great storyline, and like you said, like the Cenobites and Pinhead. They have less screen time than any of the characters in that movie. And the movie really is a twisted love story when it comes down to it.
Oh, and that's another thing that I totally forgot to mention. Yeah, Hugo, absolutely right. Fuck them kids.
We just need to teach them the right things. That's all.
No, they need to stick to their Disney Channel, and they need to stick to their
I
Nickelodeon.
want to sit them down. We're gonna watch.
Stay away from my movies if you can't.
We're gonna watch Night of the Living Dead. We're gonna watch Hellraiser. We're gonna watch all these movies. Okay.
By the way, I do think Hellworld is fun, and so does Justin, Matt. We both think it's
a fun time. Yeah,
it is not a good movie, but it's fun.
But it's fun.
So
I had a fun time. Oh, I still gotta watch Revelations and Judgment. Ugh.
Yeah, have fun. I mean, have a great. I was gonna say though, that's another thing I totally was forgetting. When I'm talking about all these things coming out, I was totally forgetting Hellraiser is Friday as well. I mean,
I know Hellraiser Friday. That's why
there's so much shit to watch. Like, there's so much shit that we have to watch.
That's why I'm like, okay, I need to watch Revelations and Judgment. I might just rip the Band-Aid and watch them tonight, knowing that they're going to be so awful. But
Jaden,
well, Judgment won't be. But I see your comments down there. These
Jaden's like, you're gonna love Revelations, modern horror masterpiece.
Oh, Hugo. These stay in the shirt. Stay in the shirt.
I don't know why Hugo's. I don't know why Hugo's aren't showing up on the YouTube stream, but they're showing up on the StreamYard part that I'm on, so I can see it.
You're gonna love Jaden. If I love Revelations, I want Nick to be like, "I didn't raise you right." I want him to call my ass out on it.
If you like Revelations,
if I love it, if it's a masterpiece,
we're done. We're done. I mean, we're done. I'm breaking up with you, and that's it.
And I don't blame you.
You're like, packing your shit, and you're out. You're out.
You know, right? Yeah, I don't blame you. No, you know what, Sarah? I like Judgment. I just have to get past Revelations. So, I don't know.
Yeah. You know, Justin, I bid you. The best of luck. Hugo. Jesus, thanks, Hugo. Thanks for not giving me shit too about my football team, but don't worry, I'm actually not upset, man. I'm really not, because we finally played so bad that the savior is here. Kenny Pickett, it's time. I'm ready. I'm fucking hype. Let's go.
I bet if you tell Nick, he'll take off his shirt.
No, not tonight, guys. Not tonight.
This is PG tonight, people.
Well, for now it is. That doesn't mean it'll stay that way. So, but no, my thing is like, there's so much coming, man. And there's so much I was thinking about. I made a post the other day on Twitter about like stuff I was going to do for my channel this week. One of them I still am doing, which is the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a masterpiece. I'm doing that video this week, and I will hear no back talk. And I'm very excited. I've been taking notes. I'm going to do it more like, I don't know. It's going to be in depth. It's going to be a lot of like, it's going to be my narration over these like photos and videos and whatnot, like telling a story. It's going to be a longer video. I'm very excited for it. But
yeah,
what? God, they're talking about my nips, whatever.
No.
Yeah, there you guys go. There's your R rating tonight. Well, that was PG-13 actually.
That's PG-13.
Settle for PG-13. But Antonis with the $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Antonis says hello. I finally saw Jeepers Creepers 4 and I loved it. Yeah, Antonis reached out to me and Antonis said he really, really enjoyed Jeepers Creepers 4. And guess what?
I like when people like love movies.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Guys, if you guys don't like it, don't give him a hard time in the chat. You know, he liked the movie. Good for him. I'm happy for him. Movies have audiences there's an audience for every movie.
Look at me in the Fog remake and the Prom Night remake.
Yeah, and I didn't hate Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Neither did Christian. Me and Christian have gotten so much shit about how we didn't like rake it over the coals, and I was kind of like, well, what did you expect? You know, like I knew it was lower budget, it was limited release. There was a lot that was going against it. So like I went into it like, I hope I have fun, and I did. So like, you know, I'm just kind of like, whatever. You know, I'm not at the end of the year. It's not going to make my top 10 list. God no, but I had fun.
I got to tell you a movie I saw, and I don't understand the hate for it. The Munsters.
Oh yeah, no, I had a really good time.
I really enjoyed that movie. I really enjoyed the Munsters. I laughed. I was very entertained. If I had one issue with the movie, is like, I'm like, did it need to be almost 2 hours long, Rob? But I really enjoyed the movie. Like the cast was great.
Leave Rob alone. Leave him alone.
I love Rob Zombie, so I'm just saying if I had to nitpick the movie, it'd be that like it was almost 2 hours long. And
by the way, Antonis, thank you again for that super chat, man. And I'm glad you really enjoyed the movie. Sarah puts in, we're going to call them Canuck bucks because she's Canadian. So 5 Canuck bucks. And she says, speaking of 4, I'm watching Halloween 4. Not a bad movie to watch. That is one of my
favorites. Halloween 4. I want to do a review. I want to do a retrospective and memories. What? What are you doing over there?
Justin. Okay, hold on. What? Jaden says, I may be the only person on earth who liked Sherry's performance. I really liked it too. I said in my review, it's one of her better roles. Justin, did you like her? You liked her?
I loved her performance.
There's 3 of us, Jaden. There's 3 of us, Jaden.
I loved her performance. She was so good in it. She gets so much flack. She is great in that movie. She captured Lilly and Monster in that movie.
If you watch my review, I even did like a really bad impersonation of her.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did. I was like at the very end of it, because everyone's always giving me shit how at the end of my videos, guys, I have to just say, I say at the end of my videos, pulling out, not as a double entendre. Like it wasn't like that. I started that because it's supposed to be like you're pulling into a drive-in theater to watch a drive-in movie and then you pull out of the parking lot when you leave. Like that's what started it. And the first time I did it, before I even uploaded the video, when I did it, I was like, oh my God, I could play that also, like kind of like, see what I did there? So like I do it now and people give me shit for it. I really don't care. Like
I love it,
but it's not stopping my channel growth. So suck a fart.
I love it. So,
but
I think it's clever. People think go eat some Skittles. I'm like, where'd that come from? I'm like, well, it's my favorite candy. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm just whatever. I mean, like, and I'm calling him out. No, I'm calling him out. Christian has given me shit for it on live streams of his before that I have not been on. Oh yeah, yes, I have been in the live chat and heard him give me shit about that. And like honestly, Christian, you can kiss my ass. Someone clip that, send it to Christian. I said it. Called him out.
Look at that.
Obviously, I'm kidding, guys. I don't actually have a problem with Christian, but yeah, they give me a hard time about it. I get it. But whatever. But anyway, that's a long way of me saying at the end of my video, I went, this is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out. Like I did like a Lilly Munster impersonation. It was bad on purpose. Like I'm not fucking good at that. Whatever.
Here's my impersonation. I'm really bad at it. So it's like, I gotta go.
It was great. I love it. Her facial acting in that scene. I loved her facial acting in that scene when she was, when he's like, oh, it's so cringy. You feel secondhand embarrassment for her. She did really well. She did really, really well. I really, really liked her.
I like, what's his name? The guy who played Herman. What is the actor's name?
Jeff Daniel Phillips.
Yeah, Jeff Daniel. He was great. Grandpa, though, let me tell you, best performance in a movie. Like he was so good.
I liked Grandpa. I liked Daniel Roebuck as Grandpa. I really did.
Really good. Like thank you.
I think it's a good movie. I'm buying the Blu-ray. I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
I did, and I'm not sorry. And if you guys want me to be sorry, well, kiss my ass. I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry either.
Justin and I say kiss our ass.
I love the movie. I'm saying it right now. I love the film. I love the campy charm to it. I like the Halloween atmosphere.
It's so colorful. It's so beautiful to look at.
So colorful, and it's vibrant, and it just reminds you. And somebody said it on one of my comments on Facebook. It reminds you of a Halloween special we used to watch, and that's exactly right. Like the Halloween specials we watched, and also
it did need to be a little bit shorter. I agree. It did need to be a little bit shorter, but whatever. That's a nitpick.
It also needs to. And if I had to nitpick one other thing, very small, because of how long it is. I wish.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we would have gotten more Mockingbird Lane. I feel like Mockingbird Lane. There wasn't.
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Hey, Dave.
No, yeah, that I did. I was bummed about that too, man, because they showed like Rob had been posting like behind the scenes photos and videos for months and like all about the construction of Mockingbird Lane, and like the house was gorgeous. Like they built that whole street in Budapest, and I felt like it was only like 20 minutes of the movie. I'm like,
wow,
man, that's a bummer.
Like They could have cut out, and I hate to say this because I love the film. They could have cut out maybe a little bit of their honeymoon or whatever. Like, I don't know. Or like when, I don't know. I wish there was just more Mockingbird Lane. So,
me too, Justin. You're not alone. You're not alone. I haven't
Sarah,
seen
I would be
Nightbreed
down
yet,
for
Matt.
that. I would be down for that. Rate our favorite Halloween sequels. I'll message you. We'll come up with some.
Matt, thoughts on Nightbreed? I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's a great one. I mean, I don't love it like some people, but I've only seen it maybe a few times. Like,
maybe
I
I
would
have.
say
if I have, it's been a long time. I don't remember.
There's two different cuts of the movie. I would the theatrical cut I wasn't a big fan of, but I like the director's cut. So
okay.
However, this cool edition, if you're looking to get
Jaden, that was a banger, dude. I had so much footage. That thing was almost done. I'm very ashamed that didn't come to light.
If you're looking though to get Nightbreed and you want both cuts on Blu-ray, I know that Scream Factory one's out of print. Arrow Video for like $16 on eBay. You get both cuts on Blu-ray. So,
oh, okay,
reach and lock, but that's a.
Well,
that's
if you're not region free by now, are you even living? Okay, that's what I say.
Near Dark, love it, Robbie. I
like Near Dark. Antonis, I watched all of Dahmer. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. It's not an easy watch in the sense of, but I really have hated some of the takes I've seen online about people going like, oh, glorifying Dahmer and this and that. The show's not doing that. If you watch it all the way through and watch all 10 episodes, by the time you get to the end of it, you realize that halfway through the series, they turn the focus onto the victims and the victims' families. And it's very clear that Jeffrey Dahmer was a monster.
They're not. They're not.
People are just like, oh, you cast Evan Peters. He's so pretty. You're going to make people like, I mean, it's like, he's good looking, but you hire good actors to do something that you want to be well acted. He just happens to also be good looking, like whatever.
Well, now Katy Perry and Kesha are getting flack for mentioning Jeffrey Dahmer in a song of theirs. And I'm like, first of all, those songs came out years ago. Why is it now a topic of like, let's go back and like criticize them? I'm like, guys, the thing about it is everyone knows Jeffrey Dahmer was a piece of shit. And they're not glorifying him. They're not saying, oh, we love this guy. Like they know he was a dark person, piece of crap. And they're showing a biopics that we've seen plenty of times with other serial killers. We've seen TV shows where they focus on serial killers. I'm ranting, I'm sorry, but if we are going to criticize Jeffrey Dahmer, criticize all the documentaries and TV shows that keep glorifying these killers, that keep putting them in the eye of people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get why we're criticizing this now when it's been going on for years and decades. Like, this isn't the first time.
Dangertainment, are you talking about Pumped Up Kicks? That song, that was a top song. Yeah, that was about a school shooting. I know, right? It's like, look, Sarah, you know it didn't, Rudy, and I'm pretty salty, but it should be here very soon. But Sarah makes a good point, and you guys know Justin and I well. You know Justin and I are pretty inclusive guys. We're pretty free thinking, pretty new age, not old age. Let's just say that. Like we're pretty down with the times, and I do agree that the whole like some of this has just gone way too far. Like we want to cancel docu series about real psychopaths that people don't blame. I mean, you want to be mad at someone, be mad at the populace because they just can't stop eating. They can't stop eating this shit up. Everyone loves true crime. Everyone loves true crime. Jeffrey Dahmer happened. That literally happened. People want stories on that. Like you're just. You can't
I don't
rewrite
know.
fucking history, Justin. It's like the same thing as people being like, well, hold on. Slavery, what? Yeah, it was bad. It was really fucking bad. And we can't rewrite that history. Just like you can't rewrite the fact that Jeffrey Dahmer was a real person that did really messed up shit, and not making a show about it isn't going to make that go away. And also, if you watch all 10 episodes, you would realize that it's not putting this dude on a pedestal at all. Like, I didn't walk away from that show. My takeaway from that show, and I talked to Rudy about this, my takeaway from that show was simply that it was so hard to watch because you felt so much for so many of these families. And that's the fucking point.
I mean,
shine a spotlight on the people affected by that man.
Look at the second trailer. Watch the second trailer. That whole second trailer was about the victims and the families. It was not about Jeffrey Dahmer at all. Like, I don't know. I'm with you too. I don't like, we're at this time where it's like, if something small, and this is not small, but if like something small just offends somebody, they cancel it, they pull it. Like like Peter Pan, Disney's Peter Pan, like years ago, like something happened where people were very upset and appalled by something that happened in the movie, and so I think Disney Plus, didn't they like pull it or something? Like, I don't understand why. I don't understand why though.
I see what you
cancel things. Sorry.
But I get you, Justin. But I do agree there are some things that we do need to look back on and go, okay, maybe that's a little messed up. But no, I know you are. I'm not. I know you are saying the right thing. Don't worry. I'm simply just saying, at the end of the day, if certain truths about our past and us as a society offend you, sorry. I mean, you can't change history. You can only change the course of history. Where do you go from there? If you don't want to shine a spotlight on some of this really bad shit, and you want to be like, well, no, kids don't need to learn about that. We need to go back into our safe space. No, the only way to not repeat your mistakes is to learn from them, to put a spotlight on them. Period.
And where I was going with this though was, don't cancel something. Have discussions. Like, canceling something and throwing it away, people aren't going to learn from it. You need to sit down and talk to people. You need to explain to people, this was a different time. This wasn't right.
It's funny, Justin. My grandma grew up in the 40s in Mississippi, and she's racist. I mean, she just is. And anytime I go around her for extended periods of time, she'll say some really dumb shit that just like gets under my skin. And my mom's excuse is always, well, you got to understand, she grew up in a different place in a different time. I said, Mom, that's not a fucking excuse. It is the year 2022 now. You know what's right or wrong. Your upbringing don't mean shit. I guess, guys, we're not trying to get in this whole preachy fucking discussion, but I don't think that what Justin and I are saying is, no matter like what side of the aisle you align with or whatever, any of that bullshit, I don't care about any of that. You can have your ideologies and your beliefs, like, that's fine. I'm simply just saying, like, to berate Ryan Murphy and Netflix for this because it's something that fucking happened that they made a series about. Like, get the fuck over yourself, dude. Like, get over yourself. It happened. Your anger, your rage tweets aren't going to change anything. It's not going to change Jeffrey Dahmer being a serial killer. It's not going to bring those people back. What we can do is make things that shine a light on the victims and their families. And that's what they did. It was a super well done show. Ryan Murphy is a great dude. Like, I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Like, I just don't want to hear about it. I'm so sick and tired of getting online and seeing the dumbest shit about, we got to cancel this, we got to do this, we got to do, man, shut the fuck up.
That's where I'm going with it. I hope people don't think like I was saying anything wrong. Like,
you weren't, Justin. I'm just ranting, okay?
I know, but I just don't want people to think I was saying anything wrong. I'm just saying that, like, I'm just so tired of canceling something and not talking about it. Like, it's more important to talk about something than try to push something away and act like it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we need to talk about it. That is what we need to do.
We need to have discussions like
We
as
need to,
people.
yes, discussions.
You
We
know,
need to talk.
there's
I
nothing wrong
I
with having constructive
I'm
conversation. That's
I
kind of
want
how we
there
like grow as a society.
I want there to be a day when there's not, I mean, we're always going to have hate in the world, but I wish there was a day when we can all come together, and even if we don't have the same beliefs, respect one another. And we're going into this rant and I apologize, but I that's what I want. One day I hope we
One
can get to
day.
that point.
One day.
And
And
sadly,
Akeem
we're not
says,
at that point yet, which we
Akeem
should.
says, I know. Akeem says some of the victims' families had issues with the show. Yeah, but a lot of their issues stem from the fact that they just didn't want that past dug up. They don't want that stuff put out on Front Street anymore. That was 30 years ago. They've tried to move on. Because whenever something big like this comes out again, then they get questions again. Then they get interviewed again. Then they get pestered again. Then they have to relive that time in their lives. So I totally understand why that might be hard, but it's just the same thing as anytime anybody talks about 9/11. Anybody that was affected from 9/11, the whole country was affected by 9/11. You know what I mean? Like anytime you bring up tragedies, like it's history, and it's a painful history, but it's history. And, it's just like, so I don't know. I understand that perspective of it, but I'm solely just talking about the argument that it shouldn't have happened because, we should just bury this and never talk about it again. No, I don't want another Jeffrey Dahmer in this world. Okay. I really don't. I want people to know the warning signs from someone like that. Like I really, really do, because, the victims and their victims shouldn't just be a number. We should know them and remember them for who they were as people, and not just a victim. So yeah,
Exactly.
enough of that rant, Justin.
Guys, sorry,
okay, guys,
I don't need to go on a rant.
It was both of us. It was mainly me, so don't even worry about it. Guys, we're gonna turn this over to you now, in the sense of we're gonna take some of your guys' questions about mainly Halloween Ends, because we are a week away. So Justin, we're opening this up to the chat. I want the chat to ask us questions. I want the chat to chime in and give us comments, concerns. And David is the first one and says, do you guys think Lori survive ends? Yes.
I think she does. I'm going to say yes, she does survive.
So Justin and I both believe that Laurie Strode does not die tonight.
I think she's going to survive this movie.
Okay. Robbie wants to know, would we like a Dr. Loomis film? Years ago, yeah. Now, I don't think so. Yeah. I just don't want to see Donald get recast.
Yeah, I agree. And I think there's some movies, especially when I was watching like Hocus Pocus 2 last night, like I don't need a prequel for everything. Like, just kind of let it be. You know what I mean? Like Hocus Pocus kind of had a small little background and prequel going on there. And I'm like, not everything needs it. Like,
no, I didn't like that opening. I was like, this is dumb. Do you think Patton or the sheriff survives? I do believe that Hawkins will survive, but I think it's about time Barker ate the dust.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's made it this long. I'm surprised he's still
ineffectual. Yeah, he needs to die. It needs to die.
When I saw him in this trailer with that sheriff hat on, I was like, what is he still doing being a sheriff after all that cholesterol stuff that happened in Halloween Kills?
Okay. This is like multiple times people have said this, Justin. Everyone's like, oh, a week? You're saying it's a week away? Are you guys seeing it Tuesday? Guys, we're not getting into semantics here. It's next week. That's why I'm saying a week away.
Next week. We're just excited, okay, guys? We're saying
yes. It is technically, in a sense of the phrase, a week away because it is next week. So,
will this movie have more kills than 2018?
How many does 2018 have? Does anybody know that number off the top of their head? I just watched that the other day. You've got Aaron, Dana, the kid, his dad, Sartain.
I don't think you have a lot of kills in that one.
Dave,
you got
Vicky,
you got Allison's friends. Yeah. I think this one's gonna have.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. No, David, don't worry. I'm not seeing it early, so you can't bug me for information. I I mean, it is possible to see it Tuesday. Yeah, Akeem says he's seeing it at an early screening Tuesday. It just depends on where you live. Some cities do have those kind of advanced screenings. Not over here in Podunk, Ohio, though. So I won't be seeing it until Thursday at 6 p.m. I got to look at my IMAX ticket, but I think it's 6 p.m. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's around 10 kills in 2018 as well, John. I don't know if it's exactly 10, but it's right around there, probably a dozen or so. I'm going to say this has more kills.
Yes, I'm going to say this has more kills. I don't think it's going to have as much as kill. I think this one's going to have more kills than 2018, but I don't know about Halloween kills.
No, it will not have as many as Halloween kills. I can tell you that for a fact. I have been told that. Halloween kills is by far and away the highest body count in this series. How long before we see another Halloween film? I say a minimum of 5 years. Yeah, I'm going to say it's probably a minimum of 5 as well.
I'm going to go 5 years too. I don't think it's going to be as long as like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and Halloween 2018, but 5 years. And I'm happy with that.
Damn, there's 18 kills? I didn't know that.
Really? I didn't. Oh, 18?
I just watched it the other night too. I think I'm going to watch Kills tonight. That's
a good choice.
What will your guys' snack choice be when you see Halloween Ends? It's probably going to be popcorn and a Coke, I'd say.
I'm a popcorn fan. I also love my ices when I go, Coke Icy. And maybe some Mike and Ike's or something. So
Star Court says, do we get a post-credit scene? I wouldn't bet on it. I don't believe
not for
so.
This one.
Nathan says, I have a question. Is there a difference between the Rob Zombie's Halloween DVD and the Canadian Blu-ray version? Depends.
Yes.
The Blu-ray version is theatrical cut only. So if you have the theatrical cut, the R-rated DVD, it's the exact same. It's just a Blu-ray transfer. If you have the unrated director's cut DVD, it is a different cut of the movie.
Let's see. I don't feel like dealing with crowds, but I feel like I need to see it right away or risk. Yes. I mean,
go see it as soon as you can.
Yes.
As soon as you can. If you have Peacock and you're not able to make it to the theater opening night, watch it on Peacock that night so you don't get spoiled. Yeah.
I mean, I think you're safe. You're safe the weekend it opens, but after that,
Dangertainment. I'm not going to bring the comment up on the screen because in case anybody, but I will say it's the same mask. It is the same mask. David, there's no information about this Dr. Mathis character. What's the deal? I'm going to go ahead and assume that this Dr. Mathis guy is probably the doctor that I don't know if Lori's going to be seeing him or Allison is, because I know Allison is in therapy. And that's where she actually meets Corey. So
31 kills and kills. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's insanity. It's insanity. Wow. What are your guys' favorite Child's Play movies, and are you excited for the season 2? Child's Play 2 is my favorite Child's Play movie, hands down, unequivocally, no question. That probably will never change.
I'm going because a classic never goes out of style. I'm going the original.
You would, just to spite me.
But you know what my second favorite Child's Play movie is Bride of Chucky.
That's a lot of people's favorite or second favorite. Yeah.
I love Bride of Chucky. Let's see what else we got here.
Well, Jeffrey, like I said, if you're not able to make it to the theater, take the convenient option and watch it at home the night of.
That's right.
Prediction is Michael and Lori shake hands and say truce. They go their separate ways and it ends with them walking away playing Don't You Forget About Me. Yes, but who's holding their fist in the air, Michael or Lori? That's the real question.
They give each other a kiss and they're like, this is our wink to resurrection.
Alexis, I'll put you on Front Street. Alexis's third favorite Child's Play movie is Seed of Chucky. Yes.
Hey, you go for it. So,
Dangertainment, I don't have an Ends poster yet because I told you guys I wasn't a huge fan of the Ends poster. But really wasn't.
I need it just because I have 2018 and Kills, and I'm like, I need to get that Ends one. But you know what? I noticed something, Nick. I went on eBay the other night just to see how much it was going for. Like when Kills was posted on eBay, I'm not going to lie, I paid almost $80 for mine. And seeing a Halloween Ends poster.
I bought mine the night the trailer came out and the poster came out. Kills. I bought the poster that night. Yeah.
End's poster is going for like $40. So that kind of just shows you that the excitement isn't as big.
The Kills poster is a phenomenal poster.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's a fucking phenomenal poster. Like, it's just, I look at that. I'm looking at it right now, and I just, so beautiful. Love that thing. But if I really enjoy Halloween Ends, I'll go out and get the poster. Yes, yeah. And David, you had the big the standing Michael Myers poster that was like 6 feet or some shit. That thing was insane.
It's amazing.
Are we talking? Yeah, come on, guys, keep firing some questions. Nathan, what version of Rob Zombie's Halloween do you guys prefer watching?
Well, my favorite is the theatrical cut.
Okay, so I've explained this before. Hear me out. I prefer the director's cut. And I prefer the director's cut because there's 15 minutes of footage that is extended or added that's not in the theatrical cut. And most of that footage, actually, I think all of that footage is in the sanitarium when Michael is a kid and in the second act of the movie, or second half of the movie, which is my favorite part of the movie. The only part of the director's cut I do not like is obviously the breakout scene. But I'll have you guys know, I skip it. I skip it a lot of time when I watch it because I have no desire to see it. It's pointless. But everything else added in that director's cut, I love everything else added. There's literally longer shots of Michael stalking Laurie. There's more of the original theme music in it with some of these stalking shots and these establishing shots. It really feels more like a Halloween movie. It really, really does.
No,
Starcourt, Halloween 2 or Halloween 4? Halloween 4.
I'm Halloween 2. Halloween 2 for me. That I was on the stream the other night with Slaughterport, and shout out to
I heard you. Yeah, I heard you guys talking about
it. I know. I was like, Nick was like, Nick's gonna get me for some of the stuff I was saying.
Yeah, I'm
just kidding.
Putting Justin over the knee and spanking him for it because he's trying to take me to task on some certain things. He's calling me out on a stream when I'm not there to defend myself.
Oh,
buddy, let me tell you what.
I joke.
I know.
I love that beautiful face. But Halloween 2 is my I prefer it over Halloween 4, but Halloween 4 is amazing. I love Halloween 4.
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely going to be Easter eggs in the movie. Absolutely. Yes, I am going as Pinhead. Not from Revelations, Jaden, you fucking twat waffle. I'm going as Pinhead.
I don't know what I'm going to go yet for Halloween, so we'll figure it out.
Starcourt, biggest worry now that we are a week away. I think the biggest worry is that it doesn't do as well as I'd like for it to. I want it to be big still. I want this to be an event. I want people to go out to see this movie. That's really my only worry.
My only worry, I guess, is if the movie does as well as the previous ones do. Which I'm not even going to worry about it. At this point, I'm like, I just want to go into this movie and have a good time. I'm not going to have worries. Here's the thing about it. I always hate when movies don't do well at the box office. Even if you don't like them, I want them to succeed. But like, if you love them, you'll always be able to love them. And no matter what critics say, no matter the end result of the film, it's there for you to enjoy and love.
Adam, we have not seen Smile yet. I know it was you this time, Alexis, but Jaden says it all the time. So my bad. I was just wanting to call him out again. The theme for this movie sounds a bit more orchestral. I've heard it. It's pretty good. I like it. Final ending prediction. David asks, for me, Laurie kills him, and Laurie is the victor
too.
Because Blumhouse, I feel like, is just been building toward it this entire time, that she's going to overcome her trauma and she's truly going to be the final girl that overcomes her evil.
I agree.
So yeah, Justin and I agree on that. Do you have any final theories on ends? I do have one, Justin. I want to know how you feel about this. I think this Corey thing is going to play out a lot better on screen than people think. I think people are hearing this and going, "That's so dumb. It's not going to make any sense." I think it's going to play out better than people think.
I think everybody's saying copycat Michael Myers. I think there's going to be a lot more to it than what people are hearing. So
yeah, it's not what everybody thinks. They think it's some guy cosplaying. It's not like that.
No.
Matt, Evil Dead. What is your most anticipated horror release of 2023? Evil Dead Rise, buddy. Evil Dead Rise.
I don't know. Like Scream 6 is coming out that year, Evil Dead Rise. I would say I'm more looking forward to Evil Dead Rise over Scream 6.
Yeah, because if what I'm hearing is true, that there's no Nev, because now, a lot of people are saying there's no Nev now, even though one guy continues to remain steadfast that he believes she's in it. If there's no Nev, probably not going to be a huge fan. Doesn't mean it can't be good, but I'm probably not going to be a huge fan.
Doctor Who guy says, why is there a theory that Michael is going to be... He's not going to be in it for 15 minutes. He's going to be in this movie a lot more than what the rumors are.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see that second trailer, Michael is going to be... I mean, it's not going to be this copycat killer the whole time. It's not going to be this Corey killer.
Whoa. Okay. Hey now, Adam. I appreciate hearing that. I have heard a lot of people say that this is one of the more effective, well-done, curse-type horror movies that Smile is. So I'm glad to hear that. But I've got to say, everything I know about this Halloween movie and that a lot of people know is it is going to be very different. And they are going to take some swings here and kind of mix it up. So maybe this will be a little original. Let's wait and see. Let's be optimistic. Starcourt, what's the opening scene? I'm pretty sure it's a flashback to Corey babysitting that kid. That's what I'm pretty sure that's the opening scene. Dante, do we have to pay extra on Peacock? No, you just have to be a paid subscriber. Yes. You have to be on the paid tier.
Will Matthew Lillard return to the next Scream? I don't think he'll be in this one, but you never know.
I could see him being in the end of the trilogy. I'll just say that. I do believe that could happen. Would you watch a web series of Freddy from Resurrection continuing Gage Entertainment? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I'd laugh my ass off. Absolutely. Still want Busta in this movie.
Which Halloween shirt will we all be wearing?
That's a good question. I might rock the OG, Justin. I think I might rock the original theater poster.
I bought a Halloween Ends Fright Rags t-shirt for this night, so...
Okay.
We'll be rocking that. But I'm going to see this movie at least 2 or 3 times in theaters, like I always do with the other movies. So they're going to be switching out. So I'm going to rock an OG Halloween t-shirt, and we'll see what else. So
Nathan, top 5 horror franchises. Halloween. Justin and I both have Halloween at 1. Yep.
I'm going to...
Number 2 is probably Scream for me. Honestly,
number 2 is Friday the 13th for me.
Scream or Nightmare?
So Friday the 13th, number 2. Nightmare on Elm Street would be number 3.
Justin, hold on. Let's make this easier. Let's just do no particular order. Just like Halloween, Scream, Nightmare, Friday, and I can't believe this is happening, but it has happened. Hellraiser has jumped Child's Play.
Wow, I'm very impressed with that. For me, it is Halloween. I won't do top, but Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Scream. I'm going to go Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, see, there's some really high highs in that series, but I also think the lows in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series are pretty freaking low.
Yeah, but there's only like one movie for me in that franchise.
Oh, come on, Alexis. That is not unforgivable. I am sorry, but there is a handful of Child's Play movies that are just, they're fun. They don't hold a candle to a movie like Hellbound, to a movie like the original Scream. I mean, the first 4 Child's Play movies are all bangers. See to Chucky, y'all know how I feel about that. Curse, I like Curse a lot. Cult, y'all know how I feel about that. I actually like the remake, though. Some people are like,
I love the remake. Screw it. I love that remake. Most underrated horror icon. Who's an underrated horror icon?
Pinhead.
Yeah. I'm going to go Pinhead. Pinhead.
Absolutely. Pinhead does not get the appreciation that he deserves.
And I would say the Creeper, but only Jonathan Brick. I mean, I haven't seen the new movie, so I can't say anything, but I think Jonathan Brick as the Creeper is pretty underrated. But I'm gonna go Pinhead. Like, if we're talking like icons of icons, Pinhead.
Yeah. Well, Nathan, Art's got to get a couple movies under his belt first. He's got to get a couple movies under his belt before he can go toe to toe with some of these other guys. But
Pumpkinhead is amazing.
I do like what I'm seeing from Art so far. Yes, Jaden, that's absolutely right. Pumpkinhead, which was my nickname as a child because of that horror movie and because I had a big head growing up that was disproportionate to the size of my body. I do think he's underrated. Yes, Dangertainment, the tall man, is also very underrated.
Ooh, Angus Grimm, rest in peace. I love him. Old or new Pennywise. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh my gosh.
Adam, yeah, Lauren's a good buddy. I've talked to Lauren many times. He's a supporter of the channel and mutual friends with Christian and Piz and everything like that. And Lauren and I have talked about this before. I feel like there is enough original ideas out there. I really, really do. I think there's right now, especially, there really is a good mixture of both. Like, sure, we have Halloween coming out next week and Hellraiser this week and stuff like that. But then you've also got, The Black Phone, Smile, like there's a lot. Terrifier 2. Yes. I think there's a good mixture of everything right now. I think right now is a really, really enviable time for horror fans. It's a great time to be alive because you have these old IPs that are resurrected and you have these new ones. And I think it's kind of perfect.
I'm going to go that question. I'm going to say Tim Curry's, but I love Bill Skarsgard as Pennywise.
Yeah. I don't know if I can answer that one, Justin. I really don't.
Tim Curry scared the crap out of me as a kid. Like, he frightened me as a kid. And I would say...
Brooke. Yes, Brooke, it does. Yes. I was going to get to your question. Yes, it does.
And I would say that, and I agree with one of the comments I just saw, I think the new It movies
are far and away better.
They're better. Mm-hmm. But Tim Curry for me. What's up, Wolf? How are you? Tim Curry for me is, I just love him. I love him. It's
very nostalgic. He scared the crap out of me as a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love him as Darkness in that movie Legend. Like, if you're talking about a performance like that, great
What
job.
Do you think of Bill Skarsgård getting cast in Nosferatu?
I love it. I was so happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Trick or Treat is getting a sequel. I was hearing the rumblings with that. I hope that's true.
Yeah, well, it hasn't officially been greenlit yet. Michael Daugherty basically said they have active discussions about it. It's actively being developed, which I would assume that means he's putting together a story and that Legendary is interested, but they have not given him the okay and signed the dotted line and said let's do this. But it's got to be coming soon. I would just. Sam is so popular now. So popular.
Yes, Mutilator 2. I'm excited for it. I don't know. Mutilator's a campy, fun 80s slasher movie, but I am excited to see what they could do with Mutilator 2.
Adam, I'm seeing Barbarian tomorrow. Justin, have you seen Barbarian yet?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I was getting on Justin you last week for not seeing it.
Yeah, I am seeing it tomorrow. So fret not. I will be getting some original horror in my life.
Christina, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Nick.
You're good.
Christina, I was the same way when I first saw House of 1,000 Corpses back in 2002 or 2003 when it came out on VHS or DVD. Great I wasn't movie. A fan, but I love that movie now. Like,
great movie.
It's my favorite Rob Zombie film. So
second favorite Rob Zombie film behind Halloween 2. Great movie.
I'll tell you my top 3 Rob Zombie movies are House of 1,000 Corpses, Lords of Salem, and Halloween 2.
David, I know for
all masterpieces. Yeah.
David, I know for a fact the ending that I have been told is legitimate. It's from somebody that's seen the movie twice. So yes, I do. If I have told you an ending privately, it is correct. Let's see.
What's up, RBR Shorts Films? How are you?
Yeah, I would agree. Dangertainment. He did look more friendly. I thought that Skarsgård's was terrifying for kids. Absolutely, his performance as Pennywise. Yes, Bill Skarsgård is He's the lead in the Crow remake. It actually wrapped filming last week.
Yeah.
Jaden,
hey, The Monsters is great. So
it is
that's awesome.
It is fun
Time.
I enjoyed it. Justin enjoyed it. No, David, no. I'm not spoiling
David,
it. You got 9 days left. 9 days left, my friend. You won't get it out of me. Salem's Lot. Justin and I have talked about that. We are both very upset that movie keeps getting pushed.
I'm so mad. I'm like, you have the potential to release such a great adaptation. Well, we don't know if it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great, but a great story on the big screen finally.
Mm-hmm. Well, I put some money behind the damn thing. I mean, look at Hellraiser's trailer. That's an old IP, but they had some money behind it, and that trailer looks like big time.
Oh my gosh!
Makes the movie look like it's going to be
theaters.
Yeah. Put some money behind these things. Like, there's nostalgia for the old iterations of Salem's Lot, but like when you go back and look, you're like, man, doing this nowadays with money and a really like great creative team behind it, I really think that they could do a faithful adaptation that holds up well and will stand the test of time. So yeah, Justin and I are both very much looking forward to that. And Warner Brothers I don't know, man. They're pissing me off. They're really pissing me off.
I would say this. I'm excited when we do finally get it. Salem's Lot is finally getting the love that it deserves, and that is getting released on the big screen, because the original Salem's Lot is one of my favorite movies, but it's a TV movie, and I'm like, we just need, I want Salem's Lot on the big screen.
And you know what? I wanted to say, yeah, it's going to be fun, Justin. I'm looking forward to it too. And I wanted to say, Jaden, from what we were talking about earlier, you said that like you had never gotten past the first Conjuring movie, and you'll have to revisit them and check them out sometime. I just wanted to say that there's a cast out there. It's done. Dangertainment.
It's done, filmed, and everything. Yeah, it's just waiting for its release date.
And it's done. It's had test screenings, and all the test screenings have gone well. But
I don't know why they're holding back.
We could go all into that. Who the fuck knows? But
Jaden, yes, Tobe Hooper did direct it.
If you guys are a patron, I started a new series last week, which is called Matinee Madness, where I'm doing like audio podcast reviews, audio only, like in-depth reviews of movies. Last week, Alexis requested Pet Sematary. I did that for her birthday.
Aww.
And then this week, Marcel, who's also a very loyal listener of the channel, he asked for The Conjuring 2. So it's kind of perfect. So Jaden, over the next day or two, if you get a chance to watch that movie, I implore you to do so, because then I'm going to do an in-depth audio review on it on my Patreon that I'm very excited for. And if you guys aren't a patron, it's only $1 a month. It's the best way to support my channel. And you can just find me at patreon.com/The Lost River Drive-In. So do it.
That sexy beast over there, you go follow him.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Sexy thing.
Hey, what's up, Ethan? We're doing well.
Hey, Ethan, David, how are you?
What was your guys' reaction to seeing Halloween Resurrection for the first time?
Well,
I think I had fun. I was a kid. Yeah, right? Wouldn't you say the same?
I had a fun time with it. I mean, I still have a fun time with it, though. But I had a great time with it.
Jaden, yes, you do. There's actually a video of me dancing on my Patreon.
What the heck is that behind you?
The extended dance clip.
Did something just walk behind you?
Yeah, it was my brother.
Oh, okay.
The extended dance clip from the Uneeda dance party became a patron exclusive. So yes, it is on there.
Let's see.
Most disappointing theater experience. Justin, you go first.
Oh, I gotta think back to some of these bad movies that I saw, because I have seen some stinkers.
Well, no. Let's experience. So like the movie could have sucked. But like, what is a movie theater experience that you're just like, that sucked balls?
Are we talking about like the movie itself or just the theater? Okay, so theater experience.
Yes.
Well, I'm not gonna rant. I will say a tie, maybe a tie, was seeing It Chapter 2 in theaters the first time in the
Oh yeah,
idiots.
because the homophobes in it or what? Yeah.
Not just the idiots who were in there. I'm like, grow up.
Yeah.
I would. What's another? Because I've seen some. I would. I look back on it now and I'm like, I can't believe this was the last movie before everything shut down. Seeing Fantasy Island in theaters, like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, like that was like, I kid you not. I think me and my buddy were like, the next movie that we see will be better. It's like, when was the last? I think the next movie I saw in theaters was like Christopher Nolan's Tenet or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I was like, not a great way to go out before everything shut down was seeing Fantasy Island, which was
No. I would say for me, The Gallows is up there because I absolutely hate that film. Worst horror film I've ever seen.
you know, I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw it, I loved it. I don't like it now. I think I had a great theater experience, and I rewatched it. I'm like, this is no, it's not good.
What else?
Oh, I could.
Slender Man. Slender Man was a painful experience. I felt like I would have had more fun sitting in my bathroom and cutting the webbing between my fingers and my toes with paper over and over
but
than watching Slender Man. I'll never watch that movie again.
that was a terrible movie. It's a horrible movie.
What's up, Quentin?
Seeing Scary Movie 5 in theaters, and then my sister at one point was like, do you want to leave? And I'm like, well, we don't have a ride, so we're sitting down and watching this movie that you want to go see in theaters.
I watched the first 5 minutes of that on Netflix a few years ago and turned it off. I said, this is awful.
Horrible. It's so bad.
Not even funny anymore. The first 2 scary movies are comedy gold. The third movie is okay. It's got some funny moments. It's got a lot of toilet humor that's really not funny anymore. Scary Movie 4, no. Okay, that you were starting to jump the shark. And then I only had to see the first 5 minutes of 5 to say, nope, fuck this, not watching that.
Slender Man has to be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I saw that on Blu-ray. I didn't own it. I watched it with a friend, and it was horrible.
Yeah. Adam, I loved seeing X in theaters, and my theater experience was funny because I went to see it with my 2 buddies, Toby and Greg, who they're getting married next year. I'm one of the groomsmen. I'm excited, and it was interesting because like the entire time for the first half of the movie, like Toby was so audibly uncomfortable with all these like sex scenes and stuff. Like he was like, "Oh my god!" But then when you got the silhouette of Kid Cudi's penis next to me, Toby goes, "Okay." And I was like, gee, out loud in the theater. I'm like, Toby. Jesus.
I was more like when Martin Henderson walked out with his freaking thong, basically. I was like, hot damn.
I don't understand why he didn't put clothes on.
I don't either, but hey, I'm not complaining.
No, I know, but like, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like,
I mean, I put clothes on. I'm like, I don't want everybody to see my stuffs. But
favorite movie about a serial killer, real or fictional? That's hard. I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre being loosely based on Ed Gein, obviously. I really did like Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. I honestly don't know if I've seen a lot of them.
I haven't seen a lot of them. Do you guys recall Bravo's Scary?
Scariest movie moments. Yeah,
I rewatched it on YouTube, the whole 3 hours through like segments. But man, I miss it. So I hear that Shudder's now playing something like that. I saw your comment. Like I'm actually like gonna purchase Shudder because they have some great stuff.
It's like $4.99 a month, Justin, and it is totally worth it.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna have to get that.
Don't take it from me. Look at this shit, guys. I mean, if you really want to. On my home screen of my Xbox, you can't really see it, but I have like every streaming service ever. So don't take it from me because I just get them all. But Shudder does have some good stuff too.
So, I'm waiting for Pet Sematary, the prequel, to come out. Where is that at? Like, that's something.
It's done. It's done. I know that. I know it's done. I talked to Brad Miska of Bloody Disgusting, and he confirmed that it was done. It's done. But I don't even think it's had a test screening yet.
No, I'm ready to see it.
I'm wondering if that's because they're wondering about putting it, if they're going to stick with the Paramount Plus day, just dropping it on there, or if they're thinking about, well, hey, the remake made a lot of money in theater, made over $100 million. So maybe they're like, maybe we put this one out in theaters too. I don't know.
Who's going to purchase, this is off topic, who's going to purchase their adult Happy Meal at McDonald's? Did you see that thing?
I saw them. I'll get one, just for nostalgic purposes, for sure.
Okay, so I'm more excited for the Halloween kids meal, like Halloween buckets, the ones that from the 80s and 90s. Are they back? Like, do we know if they're back yet?
They are back.
I'm buying them. I'm going to be like, I just want to buy these from you guys. I really don't need to eat this stuff, even though I'll probably get a Big Mac. But I want these in my life. So,
Trekopedia, my nephews loved the most recent Halloween films. Would you guys recommend the first 8 Fridays for them? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I will say 5 is probably one of the more not kid-friendly. A lot of them really aren't because there's nudity in all of them and some heinous gore. But if they're, if they can handle that, then yeah, they can watch them all. But they're all at least fun. They're all at least fun.
Oh, the 18th is when they're coming back. I'm buying them. Buying them.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot of McDonald's anymore either.
I don't either.
Their fries and their Coca-Cola are like to die for. But literally to die for, because they're bad for you.
I know.
Oh, 15 and 17? Oh, yeah. Then they'd fucking love the first 8 Friday movies. Oh, my God. Especially part 5. 15 and 17, they're going to love Debbie Sue Voorhees. They're going to love her. Won't get into details, but yes.
We were talking again, Slaughterport the other night. We were talking about when we were younger, watching these movies on TV. Seeing those movies on TV was like golden for me. Like I would marathon. There was a Saturday where they would all come on at the back to back, and I marathoned every one of them. Yeah, if those are movies you want to, those are some great movies to introduce them to. So
yeah.
Like
Rudy, shut up. Okay, that's because it was late and there wasn't a lot open around me. I didn't say I never eat McDonald's. Rudy's put me out on Front Street because I texted him the other day and told him I was on my way home from McDonald's. And the only reason I told Rudy that is because I saw somebody get like stabbed or something, laying in the street covered in blood. So I called 911. That's a true story. I don't know if he got stabbed or what happened. Yeah, there's a dude laying in the street, middle of the street, in blood. I had to take the back roads to get to the McDonald's that was open because it was nighttime. Not a lot of stuff in my area was open, so I had to go into the seedier part of town to go to a McDonald's that was still open. And I'm driving on these back roads near the seedier part of town, and there's a dude laying in the street with blood all over his shirt. There's 2 cars like in the middle of the road stopped, and people are out like helping him up. I pull off to the side and roll down my window, and I was like, "Are you guys okay?" And the girl turns to me, and she's like, "Yeah, we're fine." And I was like, "Okay, think about this, Nick. You're not in a great part of town. It's late at night. This dude's covered in blood.
Go get your McDonald's.
I'm not getting out of my car. I'm not getting out." So I called 911 and they're like, "Hey, we already have somebody out there. Like, we already are on the way there." And I said, "Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure." So, I live 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so outside of Dayton in the middle of like bumfuck nowhere. So there's like really nothing around me. Like, my street is a cul-de-sac, and then like off of the cul-de-sac is like a field, and then another field and like woods. So there's nothing by me. But if you drive like 10 minutes east near Dayton, near like city limits and stuff, it gets a little, gets a little rocky. But wow. So that was that story. Rudy, thank you for making me explain all that simply because you wanted to out me for eating McDonald's.
I heard a story today and at work, and I was like, what? Somebody came in and said a woman OD'd on drugs, and 3 men put her body to the curb where the trash goes and laid her in a chair. And I'm like, what? That was my story for the day. I'm like, what is going on in the world? Like, I was like, what?
I had when I was an assistant manager like 5 years ago for Raising Cane's, I was the assistant for the Raising Cane's, like right off of the University of Cincinnati's campus. So in downtown Cincinnati, where, you're downtown in a city, so it's not always great. And we would have people come in, like homeless people come into our bathroom all the time and do drugs. And we had a guy overdose on heroin in the bathroom. We had to call the life squad out and stuff. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and it's never fun. But this woman died. Like, she died. And they put her lifeless body out on the side of the curb. I was like,
yeah,
what?
That's insane.
It's sad. It's very sad stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it is hardcore. That's why I don't live in the city limits. I live outside the city limits.
I love living in the country. Like, I'm a country guy.
Raising Cane, a lot of people seem to love it. It is high quality product. I'm a little biased because I worked there for like 2 years, so I don't really eat it much anymore. But I mean, it's high quality. So if you like high quality chicken, yeah, I'm sure you'll like it.
That stuff just goes straight to my thighs.
What is in the cane sauce? All right, guys, here you go. Here is the Raising Cane's
because
cane
I like
sauce.
canes.
I used to make it every morning. No, I don't think you'll mind. It's ketchup. Okay. It's mayonnaise. It's Worcestershire sauce. It is salt, pepper, and a mix of like lemon herbs and whatnot. Mix that shit together. Bam. Cane sauce. We had it all every morning. Take like 2 big ass jugs of mayo, put them in a bucket. Then you take an entire thing of ketchup in a bucket. Then you take 1 bag of Worcestershire sauce in the bucket. Then you take a scoop of salt, scoop of pepper, and then you had a bag of like an herb mixture, which was like lemon herbs and oregano or something like that, similar to that. Pour that in, put this fucking mixer in there, and it just mixes it all up. Bam, cane sauce. Done. Wow. That's how you make it. So there you go. You guys were asking. There you go. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes? Dude, Popeyes. Every time I go to Chick-fil-A, I feel like it's never crispy. It's never crispy. I like crispy chicken.
I don't eat any of them really, but I go Popeyes.
Do I still have my cat Zeke? Well, yes, I do.
Zeke's like, why do you got the camera on me?
Hey, Zeke. Do you want to say hi, Zeke? Zeke.
Zeke's like, get that away from me. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, he's trying to sleep. Yeah. Zeke is 10. He's 10. We also got Kylo. He's laying on the rug in front of the door, being a fat cat. Carl is in my room, I think. Soon as I get done streaming, he'll walk out here. Hold on, you know what? Carl.
Oh, Carl.
There's Carl. Rudy wants to see Carl. Rudy used to tip the streams for Carl. He doesn't tip anymore. He hates us. What do you guys think of Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman? I really like it.
One of my favorite horror movies. I love that movie so much.
Yeah, I really like it. God, Justin, have you turned your heat on yet? Or what have you been doing?
I have not. Well, every once in a while I do. I know it's weird because I'm like, I love fall weather, but I get chilly. So I'm like, I put on the heat a little bit.
I turned it on last night, Justin. It got down into the 40s.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it got down into the 40s overnight. And I had my son here last night. I take him back on Tuesdays to his mom's. I have him from Saturday to Tuesday. And, when he's here, I'm like, I mean, if it's getting cold at night, like I have to turn the heat on. Like I have to, because he'll get cold. And I'm not trying to have him be cold. And I mean, obviously it was cold out last night, but then you wake up in the morning, it's nice and warm in the house because it's still cold out. But by the time it gets during, midday, it's 65 out, but it's really sunny. It warms the house up and then you get really hot and you're like, well, damn.
I know. Like at night, if I step out here, it's probably going to be a little chilly. I'm going to need my parka. So
Jaden says, can't tell if it's the heat on my dorm or if it's just because I'm watching Nick and Justin. That's right. Yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Right now.
Trekopedia, do you think WB wants to do their own box set? Maybe. About Nightmare on Elm Street? Maybe. But they got a funny way of showing it because up to this point, they're just not making an effort with anything Nightmare on Elm Street related. It's getting very, very frustrating.
Did anybody see my return video for my Halloween physical media collection? And did you watch that?
Oh, yeah. I watched the whole thing, like all 30 minutes of it, Justin. Come on. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, I know. But
I commented too.
I know I got to get back to the comments, but I laughed my butt off.
Justin, I shared it on my YouTube. I shared your video on my YouTube, and I said, guys, Justin's back. Go watch his new video. I shared the link.
I love you.
Come on, I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend.
You are a good friend. I was just saying, I don't know if you guys chuckled, because I even chuckled when it happened, but like when I'm showing Halloween 4 and the case goes, whoa.
Yes. Yeah. Justin goes, I'm going to leave that in there. Like, he's like, I'm just going to leave this in the video. Like, I don't care.
I was like,
sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to.
I was like 30 minutes and 20 minutes into the video, so I'm not recording this again. So you guys are getting the realness.
Yeah, Taylor, we talked about it earlier. Yeah, I really, really liked it. Justin has not watched it yet. But yes, we talked about it earlier in the stream. Guys, so we're going to start wrapping up, but I want to let you guys know what's coming for me this October. And then, Justin, you can tell people what's coming for you. But this October, this week alone, man. Hopefully tomorrow I have the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 video up. If not tomorrow, it'll be Thursday. Terrifier 2 review Thursday night after I get home from seeing Terrifier 2. Then Friday, we're doing a Uneeda Horror Podcast. I think we're going to do it live, me and Christian, at 10 p.m. Eastern, right after we both watch Hellraiser. I don't get off work till 8 o'clock on Friday, so I'm coming home immediately watching Hellraiser Bloodline. And no, Hellraiser 2022. And we're going to do that on the podcast. And then I'm going to do an updated Halloween collection video. I do that every October now. Obviously, we're going to have Halloween Ends review. We're going to have a Halloween Ends spoiler stream. We're going to have a Halloween Ends watch along. Exciting stuff. Justin, what's coming your way?
I got a movie update that I recorded. I just have to post. So that'll be up tomorrow. It's going to go over the horror movie 4Ks that I've picked up recently. And then I've decided, because my goal is to watch a movie every night, at least one movie every night. Yeah. So at the end of the week, I'm going to post a video and talk about the movies I've seen, and whether they're good or not, which most of them are, because I've seen them before. But expect that.
Most of them are, because I say so, and my name's Justin. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hell yeah, guys! If you have not liked this video yet, what are you doing? Like it. RBR, yes. Anything with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and the Lost River Drive-In is gold. And believe you me, I'm going to be educating some mofos in this video. I'm going to make it, Justin, to where you can't argue with me. Like, I'm going to make it to where you're going to, if you comment on it and say, it's still not my thing, I'm not a fan of it, that's totally fine. But I'm going to make it to where you can't argue and go, you're wrong. Because I'm coming at it with facts, not opinions.
Well, I love that. I can't wait to see. I'm going to do a memories and retrospective on Halloween 4. Mm-hmm. And I want to do a dedicated video on John Carpenter's The Fog. So.
Such a great Carpenter film. Such a great Carpenter film.
Somebody recently gave it a 1 out of 5. And I was like, you were so wrong. Wrong.
I tried to show it to Brooke like a year ago, and, this should have been a sign for me, right? But I tried to show it to her, and she's like, that's boring. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me?
I know. I'm devastated when I...
Yeah, I saw Garrett's comment, but I'm just, I'm not, he's talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I just will not feed into this negativity.
What? I love that movie.
Feed into the negativity. Garrett, as somebody that says they're rad, how can you not think that is rad? That movie's the definition of rad. That's a masterpiece. If you're really rad, if you're really rad, you think Halloween 2 is rad. I'm just saying.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a masterpiece.
I'm obviously giving him a hard time.
I might as well just do my own video on it and just
do it.
The headline's going to be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a masterpiece.
No, that's the title of my video, Justin. Think of your own ideas.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is makes this gay guy so happy. That's what I'm going to call it. That's my quote for the movie.
Title of the video: Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 really makes this gay guy happy. Hey, I'd watch it. I'd watch it.
I'm just saying, oh my gosh, perfect Pride video in June. There we go.
Yeah, a
They'd be
whole
like,
series
"Where's
in
this
June.
coming from?" Be like,
A whole series in June of just like movies that make this gay guy happy. And like the thumbnails for all of them, like I literally just want you like looking into the camera, like pointing at yourself. This gay guy right here really fucks with this movie. That would be fun. That would be fun.
Halloween 2 made me gay. I mean,
why Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 made me gay. Look, I don't know what it was, but something about that big burly man, Michael Myers, with his beard. I could smell him through the screen, and I knew.
Thank you, Kennedy. Him. Thank you, Kennedy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, what's up, Caleb?
That's funny. I mean,
yeah, Justin's allowed to. Yeah, Justin's allowed to. He's gay. If he wants to make any video and somehow tie it into the community, he's allowed that right.
I'm allowed to do it.
He could tomorrow take. I don't even know. You could take.
I'm gonna take. Let me find a movie real quick, and I'm gonna take. Mad Max made me gay.
Justin's gonna be like, why? No, never mind. I'm trying to think, but I'm really struggling here.
Oh, I got one. Let's see. Well, I can't pick Valley Girl because I think
Halloween 6: The Curse of Michael Myers. When this gay guy's love for Paul Rudd began.
Oh, I mean, Paul Rudd's sexy, but
that's what I'm saying. I'm not lying. You could do that.
Brady from Halloween 4. Brady from Halloween 4 got me going. No, not even Paul Rudd in Halloween 6. The brother in Halloween 6 got me going.
Really?
Yeah. I was like,
okay. All right.
I was like, yes.
I take you at your word. I will. By the way, I was not a big fan of Marianne Hagen in that movie. Like, not her acting or anything. I was just like, she was kind of like an odd final girl in her appearance and whatnot. And she's really grown as she's gotten older. She is very attractive now. Very, very attractive. Love Marianne Hagen. Big fan.
I love Marianne Hagen.
Jerry Nelson says Hellraiser Revelations made me gay. There you go, Justin. Hellraiser Revelations. No,
oh my god,
that could be a whole story. Like, Kentucky man sues Dimension Films claiming Hellraiser Revelations made him gay. More at 11.
More at 11. The 9 o'clock news.
Yeah, I would love that video, Rudy, if Justin did a video. Scout Taylor Compton made this gay guy straight.
I mean, I love my Scout Taylor Compton.
Have you seen her recently? My God. God. She's so attractive.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Here we go. You ready for this? Which I don't think it's going to be any surprise.
Hit me, baby, one more time. Let's go.
Danny from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5.
Oh, well, that's obvious.
I have the best story, though. All right,
this is how we're going to end it. Justin's going to tell a story, and then we're cutting off. So leave a like on the stream if you haven't yet, guys.
This happened, and I'm not lying to you. I have friends who were there with us. So it was 12 o'clock at night. It was me and my two friends were sitting in the hotel room watching Nightmare on Elm Street 4. And a friend of mine, she went downstairs and was like, well, I'm going to go back and get us some food, get us chicken fingers. I'm like, okay. And she comes back. She's like, well, I couldn't find chicken fingers, but I brought somebody else. And it was Danny Hassel in the hotel room.
And Justin was like, I'd rather eat that than chicken fingers.
Well, here's the thing. I was like, I'm in my pajamas right now. Danny Hassel's in the room. This is not happening to me at the moment. Like, I was like, I'm in my spooky Halloween PJs and Danny Hassel's here. I'm like, could you not have warned me? I could have like freshened up and like,
Justin, if the tables were turned and it was me and someone brought Scout Taylor Compton to my hotel room and I was in my pajamas, you know what I'm doing? I'm taking my pajamas off as soon as she walks in. And I'm just saying, hey, what's up? Or, pulling the PJ Souls.
Like,
see anything you like?
I know. For me, it was like, I'm thinking in my head, you were just one incredible hunk. Or whatever she says in Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Oh, my goodness.
Allison, you space.
There's Justin's story about Danny Hassel. Not Danny DeVito. as Jaden thought you were going to say Danny DeVito.
No, thank you. No disrespect to Danny DeVito. Classic, but
He doesn't
Danny
get you going.
Hassel.
He doesn't
I
get
was
you
like,
going.
Danny.
By the way, Christina, I did see she got engaged, and Christian and I are not fans. We're not happy for her. I'm kidding. Selfishly, I'm not a fan, but good for her. But I'm not. I don't want to talk about it, okay? It's still hard. God.
I was like, Danny Hassel in my hotel room.
All right, guys. We love you. We're getting the fuck out of here. Have a great week. We'll see ya.
Bye, guys. We love you.
And God damn it. It won't end. What the fuck?
We're not ending right now.
End. You